My voice then, did you hear how bad that was?
No,
oh my God.
I didn't.
At least I'm not the singer out of the two of us.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Payne and Simple. My name's Ruby, and this is Sonny, and we're siblings, and we live in together in flat.
Whoa! Don't give our address. I'm gonna have to bleep that out.
Yeah, bleep it then.
Can't give our address.
I won't be living here. Anyway, my name is Ruby.
What's your superhero name?
Super Ruby.
And I'm Super Sonny. And today
You're using the wrong theme. We need to use the Incredibles theme.
I was doing the Superman theme.
No.
The classic
Shit
Superman theme. The shit theme?
What is...
Wait. The classic Superman
What?
theme is a shit.
I'm doing Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Which also is an iconic theme.
What is the Incredibles theme?
There's a few. Kind of thing. What is it? Well, it's like... I can't really do a whole like brass band with my mouth, so that's the issue. But
anyway,
no, I'm pulling it up. We're gonna get it up.
For God's sake. No, I don't mean da 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 da.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Da.
I'm not. This ain't no amateur hour.
Wait,
I know exactly
I feel like
what
I
you
should
mean.
know this. Yeah, this one. Da da. Da 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 da.
The Incredible score, like the actual theme and the score, is
really good,
incredible. And there's no pun intended there, I guess slightly, but it's generally incredible. I'm just going to double check, but shout out Michael Giacchino. That's his name, Michael Giacchino.
Giacchino?
Incredible
Giacchino.
composer. Absolutely incredible. Done some iconic films. You'll know a lot of his work.
Isn't there a lot of talking over each other this morning?
Anyway, have we welcomed? I don't know. We've done this intro like 3 different times, but just in case,
Hello.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to Payne and Simple.
Payne and Simple.
I'm talking over me!
My name's Ruby. What's your name?
Just talking over me
your
the whole
name?
time.
What's your name? My name's Ruby, and next to me, as always, is...
Ruby. Please stop talking over me. Please.
Jesus Christ.
Sweating already in this fucking flat. Right, better mood.
We're back
Hello,
in
everyone.
London.
We're back in London. Don't worry, guys. The content will still be as shit.
The content river keeps on flowing.
It does.
You know,
anyway, can we start the podcast?
Big wheels keep on turning. Content keeps on churning.
Sonny, please, can we get in?
We're rolling on the content river.
I'm genuinely going to let you lead this podcast because you're pissing me off so bad.
Why, do you think you lead the podcast
You just
most of the time?
talk about shit.
That sounds like a terrible podcast. A podcast where they talk? Go on, Ruby. What do you want to talk about? Do you want to tell us about your week?
No.
Tell me about your weekly.
I don't want to. I feel in a bad mood. I need to change.
So Ruby's going through a transition right now.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to Payne and Simple podcast, where Sonny will shut up and stop talking shit this whole time.
I'm sorry, Michael Giacchino, if you're listening.
I like him.
That shout out is appropriate.
Right, I'm starting. So, guys, this week I went to a Korean supermarket. Now, I've never been to one, but I've seen it all over my TikTok. 7-Elevens in Japan.
So,
that's not...
just to be clear, she flew to Korea.
No.
Went to a shop, bought out the shop, and flew straight back.
I went to Leicester Square in London.
What? That's such a less interesting story.
This cup, make sure you do a zoom in on this. This cup was just ice, right? And these were all like, why have you bought ice? And I know you lot will be thinking...
We was like, why did you buy a cup of ice?
Because I've seen it on TikTok and it's so cool.
It's the
Cup of
dumbest
ice,
thing.
right?
It's
Then
the
you get a
dumbest
sachet packet, kind of like a big Capri Sun.
How much did it cost? Can I ask?
This altogether, the coffee was 99p.
No, just the cup of ice.
£1.
£1.
£1.99.
It's £1.99.
No, £1 for the ice, 99p for the sachet of coffee.
Jesus.
So you get this.
£1 isn't bad, but you are just buying a plastic cup.
Yeah, which is bad.
Also, like, you could pay £1 for a big bag of ice.
Anyway, you rip open the packet. Oh, firstly, you squeeze it so the ice goes into pebbles. Oh my God. Rip it open,
Pebbles.
pour it in milk, and just taste it. Please taste it. Sonny and I like coffee.
Gonna make sure there's a lot of backwash to this.
Just don't.
Delicious.
No, it's
Delicious.
Because I bought sweet Americano sachet, so I've bought another one.
Oh my God, so it's already like got sweetener in it.
Mm.
And you like your coffee sweet.
Honestly, it's bloody lovely. So yeah, I went there. I bought some tteokbokki, which is like big rice cakes, like how do I explain it? Like thick udon noodles. I bought some bubble tea. Oh, I was living my best life. So that's the most important thing that's happened
Hell
this week.
yeah. You flew to Korea and you got some ice.
Check it out.
How did it not melt on the flight back? That's really impressive, actually.
No, but on the tube back from my real location, I'm there trying to keep the ice cold because it was so hot.
What were you there like?
No, I got my frozen tteokbokki wrapping it around it. Anyway, I've got a message from a lovely, lovely listener. It says, "Good morning. Firstly, after why am I doing this? Firstly, after listening to most of this week's pod on the way home, Ruby, my dear." Ruby,
Who is this?
Who is this guy?
Is this
Anyway,
my grandma?
Ruby, my dear girl. The fish reference, what you were talking about. Why are we talking about Jesus?
He was coming to my dinner party.
Oh, of course. For the fish reference, Jesus. I can't talk.
Do you want me to
Read
try
it.
and read this?
Read it.
Okay, first after the bottom way. The fish reference for Jesus was 5 loaves and 2 fishes, where he fed the equivalent of a crowd at Glastonbury or a large amount of people
Oh my God.
with bread and a fish.
Okay.
That's what he fed them. Secondly, in relation to your question of who decides that we sleep when the sun goes down, my question is, who decides that we should have 24 hours in a day? And why don't we have 18 or 26 or 20 or 37
Let me
even?
tell you something about this.
Why is it specifically over 24 hours? It could be Molly May after all. Doesn't everyone have the same 24 hours in a day?
Don't be dissing my Molly
Beautiful.
May.
I have something about months
I have something about hours.
to say after your hours.
So I was helping my boss's kids with their homework and we were learning about planets. So I'm so intrigued. They're like, I don't want to do this, but I'm so interested in space. She chose to research Saturn, which is the one with the big like hoop around
Big
it.
ring, yes.
Yeah. Saturn's day is 10 hours. Who decided?
Yeah, and isn't the ring made of like diamonds?
I don't know. We didn't. She's in year like 5. We didn't do that much research. I researched. It's
Well,
minus 140 on Saturn,
Yeah.
and it's
Or maybe
to
it
get
rains
to get
diamonds
one
there.
time round the sun. It takes 29 years.
Wow.
The girls were like, "Are you that old?" I was like, "No,
Kind of, pretty much.
no, I'm not."
Pretty much. Well, I've got a weird thing about months that I saw a few months ago, and I'm going to botch this. So let's see.
Do you think that October and 8 p.m. are the same thing?
October and 8
And
p.m.
Thursday, they're all the same thing.
I understand what you're saying because it's like
Thursday,
somewhat
October and
towards
8
the end, but
p.m..
not the end.
It's all the same.
Anyway. So there's 365 days in a year.
Yeah, correct.
12 months in a year.
Yeah.
4 weeks each month.
No, not always.
Well, this is the thing. So say there was 4 weeks every month. That would be
4 times 12.
28 days.
Is that 4 times 12?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, sorry, that's 4 times 7. That's 4 weeks. It's 28 days per calendar month.
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
But we have 31.
So 365 divide 28 is 13.
13 what days?
13 months.
Oh.
If we
if you actually add all the
if we had
extra
purely
days.
4-week months,
Yeah.
there's enough for an extra month. So why is it we have 12 and some of them are like 28, some of them are 30, some of them are 31? It's instead of just adding the 13th and they're all 28 days.
It would be nice and structural.
I just saw that the other day being like your calendar's broke, and it was like explaining how there's like all the spare days that are lingered off of the other months add up to be a month themselves.
How
So there's
weird.
technically 13 months in a year if you go by 4 weeks.
But we don't because we have 31 days and so April, June and whatever the rhyme is.
Yep, we're rapping and crapping.
Anyway, let's move on. Thank you, lovely, wonderful
That was,
listener.
yeah, that's interesting, actually. And I didn't know about the fish part with Jesus. I obviously knew about the bread and the wine.
Well, yeah. Shall I do some Cringe-tastic Chronicles of Ruby Payne's Cringe-tastic Life?
Let's do it. We set up last week a little tease.
Did we?
Yeah, because you've read another non-uniform day thing. So this is what we've got coming
Oh,
up.
yeah. Okay. Okay. 5th of February 2010. Non-uniform day, mufti day to posh people. 10:30 p.m. God, I was bloody up late. Hey. Comma. Well, today was Dress as Your Idol day, and I was the only one dressed up. I went as Buddy from Elf. Why? Anyway,
I still think that's a good costume. I think it's pretty easy to achieve. It doesn't cost
yellow
loads. It's just like
tights.
tights
I remember
and shit.
it. I remember it.
I think it's good.
So I was the only one who dressed up. Sad times for me. Anyway, after school, me, Danny, Bridie and Giorgio went swimming. And it was a rush afterwards trying to get me at dancing for 5 when it was 4:55.
Oh my God.
And we
How'd
weren't
you even
even
do that?
dry.
You
Lol.
weren't even dry.
God.
Showing up to dancing in a towel, soaking wet from the pool.
Later at dancing, we were choosing what songs we could sing and practiced a bit of Guys and Dolls. We did Guys and Dolls.
Who were you? Were you the guys or the dolls?
I think I was ensemble. I was a bit shit back in the day.
So is that part of the dolls?
I was yeah, part of Adelaide's Lament. No, Adelaide's Dolls. Anyway, we actually practiced that show for 5 fucking years. At 7:30 till 9 p.m.
So specific.
we were
So
practicing
weirdly
for the
specific.
musical review, and I was in one dance. Some people have to do a
One
really
dance.
hard life. What? Ow!
So I don't know what one dance is because that makes me think of the Drake song.
One kiss is all it takes.
And
Oh,
that's a
I
different
need a
song.
one dance.
But well, how did it end there? That ended with another musical. Something not a Hard Not Life.
We were practicing for the musical review, and in one dance, some people have to do a really
Oh.
hard life.
I maybe you mean
I don't know what that means.
in one dance out of all the dancers, someone has to do. I'm assuming it's like Annie, like a Hard Knock Life.
Don't
that you
know.
like messed up.
When I got home, I had tea and went on YouTube, but after that, I went to bed.
Whoa, Ruby went on YouTube.
God,
what were
that's
you
not for
watching
me.
back then?
Whoa.
Molly May wasn't even a thing back then.
What was I watching? Probably fucking shows. I was such a theatre kid. I hate myself.
How cute.
So yeah, that was the diary entry. Bit shit today, but I did get some responses for the diary entry, and people do like it.
That's good. Then we'll keep it coming.
If
We'll
you
slowly
don't-
expose your childhood and puberty.
Trauma. All right then.
Should we jump into what's in?
And what's out?
You've got a good what's in. Hit us with it.
I have 2 actually.
You've got 2? How? That's not even fair.
What's in? And
You're trying to make this a quick one.
I'm supporting Kylie Jenner and Timothy Chalamet.
You're into it.
I'm into it. They've gone very
I'm
public.
about to say, you see, all I've seen. 'Cause
The
I don't
concert?
I've seen them licking each other's throats
Yeah,
at the concert. That's
he
it.
wore a shirt down the street saying, I'm going to mess this up. Something like, I'm not your dad, but I will step up better than your dad. Something really shady.
The classic,
It's a t-shirt he wore.
I'm not the dad. I'm the dad that stepped up or something.
It's exactly that.
Or like, I'm
And he
not
wore
the
it.
stepdad. I'm the dad that stepped up.
Yeah, I'm not the
Something like
stepdad.
that.
I'm the dad that stepped up. So I'm super into
That's
these
hilarious.
2. I think he's helping her brand as well, to be fair. Because she's
I'm
just...
sure they're helping both their brands.
Maybe. But I'm into it. Secondly...
I think it's a weird match, personally.
Yeah, but
'Cause
I think she
he-
likes a bit of quirkiness. And
He comes
does too.
across to me as like, oh, I'm art house and edgy and deep and I'm thought provoking and ooh, look at my haircut.
He's Willy fucking Wonka.
Yeah, but he's also like Paul Atreides and stuff, and he does all those like, you know, that beautiful boy where he's like, I'm a boy who loves heroin but hates my dad. Like he does those sort of like deeper films like that. Whereas Kylie Jenner, no offense, is very much like fun time party, Stormy. Let me sing that song.
Stormy. Anyway, I
So
love
it's
Stormy.
weird little, but opposites attract.
It's in. And also, the fucking pink iPhone is out, and that is so in for me. I need it.
Tilly, we've got an iPhone 15. I think the biggest change that people are talking about, I've noticed, is it's USB-C to charge.
Oh, no.
Well, no, because eventually everything will be USB-C. Your laptop, your phone, it'll all be the
Okay.
same wire.
But it's pink.
But
So I'm buzzed.
But a pink veg, you going to get it?
Baby pink. Well, I had a text from EE saying your
Oh,
contract's
oh.
due for renewal,
Oh.
so...
Oh, so maybe you're going to show up with a pink iPhone any day now.
Yeah. What's out?
I'm going to make mine really quick, even though it's a bit of information heavy.
Oh, gosh.
What's out? It's those bloody Rotten Tomatoes, those bloody media scoundrels.
Always about film, isn't it?
Well, this has been a fairly big scandal that's happened recently. So you know Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
You know, it's the movie review website, place, blah, blah, blah. It's very
Do you actually like use that to judge your film?
I don't, but a lot of people do. I would
Okay.
say the majority of people probably go to... Can you stop doing that? It's very loud. I would say the majority of people go to Rotten Tomatoes. And the issue with Rotten Tomatoes is it's so black and white in the sense of it's good or bad. You know, when you are when you actually review
It's either a
film,
2 out of 10 or a 10.
yeah, in a sense, when you review the film, you literally say it's fresh or not fresh, and then they come up with a percentage
Oh, like
of how many people.
tomatoes.
Yeah, that's
I
the whole
love
point. Rotten
that.
Tomatoes. So if it's over 60-odd%, it's fresh.
It should be called.
It's under that, it's not fresh.
It should be called squashed bananas.
Well, there's your rival website because it's not looking good.
Okay.
So a PR company has recently been reported that they've been paying reviewers to give better reviews to up the score
On certain films.
on certain films.
Okay.
So according to a report by Vulture, in 2018, Bunker 15, which is apparently what this PR company is called, reportedly manipulated reviewers to give positive reviews for an indie film called Ophelia. This is a reimagining of a Shakespeare tale starring Daisy Ridley, who did Star Wars. This film got a 40%, and that's rotten. That's not very good.
Okay.
But they eventually got it pushed up to 62% from, which is fresh technically, from these reviewers. And 62
Fresh.
isn't the best. It's like average. But still, a fresh score is a lot better than a rotten score.
Uh-huh.
So we don't know what they've done with other movies and how long they've been doing this, but this is just like one case. They know that film you did manipulate. So Rotten Tomatoes has come out, obviously, and they've said, "We take the integrity of our sources very seriously and do not tolerate any attempts to manipulate them. We have a dedicated team of monitors who platform..." Oh, I've read the last bit wrong. "We have a dedicated team who monitor our platform regularly and thoroughly investigate all our resources." Blah, 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 blah. So they're just saying, like, we're going to get this fixed. We're so sorry, blah, blah, blah. But, like, it just shows how things can be manipulated. Because there's a big thing of, like, you've paid to give a good review. You got paid to give a good review. That's always been, like, a...
Like paid advertising.
yeah, it's like a dig to throw a reviewer. You only like this movie because they paid you to say that. And people will say, "Oh, no, it's always fake. It's fake." But it goes to show that maybe there's a bit of truth to it.
Definitely a bit
Maybe-
of truth to it.
But yeah, it's not that good. And people
If someone
do
said to
use
you-
Rotten Tomatoes, which is the issue.
If someone said to you, "I'll pay you £150 per film you review," well, would you do it? Even if you didn't like the film?
Probably not. Maybe if I needed money, but I wouldn't want that to be my job. Like me just giving false reviews. I know
Yeah.
that might not mean anything
He's
to you,
real,
but
guys.
no, but to me that is important. Like I'll admit.
I wouldn't even do that, and I don't care about film.
Anyway, should we do a jump in into a quickly? What are you watching, Ruby? What are you
Oh,
watching? Hey, what you been
Guys,
watching?
I've watched something super interesting. A documentary, which is not like me. I know.
Oh yeah, I need to watch this.
Everyone should watch this. Whether you've done...
The weather.
Whether you've
It's
studied...
pretty sunny today. The weather.
Studied dance, studied musical, been in the performing arts industry, whether you know someone who has, whether you've taken a ballet class once in your life, no matter what, you need to watch The Dark Side of Ballet on ITV. No,
BBC iPlayer.
cut this. The Dark Side of Ballet on BBC iPlayer. Honestly, I watched it with Ellie Rose, who is still a performer, a very successful one, I will say. And she was watching it with me. We were laid in bed last night. It's 29 minutes. We're watching it. And it's literally slating how the Royal Academy of Dance and Elmhurst Ballet School treated their students.
Really badly, if I'm guessing.
It was just like they called me soft. They said I needed to tone up. Like, trust me, I've been there. I've had teachers at uni say, "Oh, if you lost a bit of weight, you would really be good." That's wrong.
I like the face you pulled. Then I can
Yeah,
picture.
like fake. I've been to auditions where I've got to the final round and they've said, "Thank you guys, we're keeping X amount of numbers." Not me. So then you just want to get out of the room. The next minute, they pulled me to one side and said, "Hey, we just want to say we think you're amazing, but you won't fit in our costumes." And I just think, what?
Unnecessary, that last bit, you know. It's
Just
like,
tell me I was shit. I'd rather think I was a shit dancer than I'm
not
fat.
even that. If they think you were that good, say, "Oh yeah, you were really great. Sorry you didn't make the cut."
Yeah, don't
That's
tell me
it.
the reason you didn't get it because you've
not
got
sorry you
fat.
didn't make the cut. How about you start cutting?
Literally. But I think, I do think commercial dance, hip hop, like that, even musical theatre is changing. Ballet will
Yeah, of
never
course.
change. And I think this girl in the documentary was like, I think they want to change, but they won't.
I think everybody thinks that like, oh, we should change with the times because that's appropriate. But then they go, oh, but maybe that'll affect our money and income and
Yeah, because
reputation and things
traditional
like that.
aesthetics.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Not aesthetic. Is it aesthetic? Yeah.
It works.
You don't like casting directors and stuff are like, "I don't want to see this person in a bikini." Well, why? Because everyone I'm not going to spoil the documentary, but so many eating disorders. It was so interesting. It actually, there was one bit and it like says this is going to be disturbing. And I thought I can handle
You can
a
handle.
lot. I nearly started crying. I was shook at the way this girl had like destroyed her body to just fit in with their social norm. It was, I feel really passionate about this, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to check it out. I think everyone else should check it out.
You
It's
should.
It's only 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It's 29 minutes, so that might entice more people to watch it. What was it called again?
The Dark Side of Ballet.
The Dark Side of Ballet.
And
BBC
you know the worst
iPlayer.
thing? I'm kind of spoiling the whole thing. It's not
Don't
a spoil.
spoil the whole thing.
Royal Academy of Dance,
Yeah.
or it might have been the Royal Ballet
Whatever.
School, I don't
You
know,
get it.
and Elmhurst both would not comply to like speak. So they gave a statement, which shows that they know they're fucking
Yeah,
doing wrong.
Very much so.
And it's pissed me off. Even I'm
I
thinking
can
about
tell.
it.
This is just like the toxic relationships last week.
Yeah.
You're coming in hot and heavy. You want to rant.
It's so sad that like
This is a
this is
YouTube
why I'm
video.
not in that industry anymore.
Yeah, because it was
I
too
could talk about it for days.
toxic and manipulative. Do a YouTube video essay.
Oh my god.
Seriously, do it.
So yeah, watch it, The Dark Side of Ballet
Go check
on
it out.
BBC iPlayer.
Very nice.
What you been watching?
So I watched. Well, I mean, this is a clue. What have I watched?
Phantom of the Opera,
I want to suck your blood.
Dracula, Frankenstein. I don't know.
I watched the original Dracula from 1931. Ooh.
Sonny, now it's got to September. It's like spooky season, spooky season.
Spooky Halloween time.
Spooky season.
Spooky Halloween time has come, and I'm slowly trying to get through. That's right, the one, the only classic Universal monsters,
Which are?
which are Dracula, the Wolfman,
Never
the
seen it.
Invisible Man.
Oh, I love
Frankenstein.
the Invisible. Is that where he slits her throat
I'm
in the
talking
restaurant?
about the classic ones from the 1930s.
Not seen it.
The original ones, like the ones that started your Invisible Man who cuts the throat in the restaurant.
Okay.
So yeah, I said I watched this one, 1931, black and white, iconic classic movie, part of the classic Universal monsters, and it was a bit of fun, honestly.
Little bit of fun.
No, because I wouldn't expect to necessarily enjoy this myself. I was more curious to watch it to see what it's like, and it's only an hour and 15, pretty short. Like even though this is a feature film for back in the day, but it's just like I think what's more impressive about it now is that it's made in the 30s, and I'm like, how'd you do that? Or like there's moments where I'm like,
What,
okay,
like
that's
the
a.
special effects.
I'm like, that's a bat on a string, being like
Oh my
pointed up and down.
God.
It's very much like that time. But then there's like these incredible matte paintings with like a horse and carriage that's moving, and they've clearly had to crop that bit out and put it on this painting and stuff. And like, there's some incredible things for the time.
Right.
But one little interesting thing about this movie is,
Can we watch it, by the way?
yeah, definitely watch it. I don't know
How?
where you'd watch it.
How did you watch it?
I can't remember.
Illegally.
Yeah, you can definitely get it on something. But what happened is, during the day, they had an American/English crew come in, actors, shoot the scene, blah, 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 all that, go out at night, then had a Spanish crew and actors come in and did the whole movie. So during the production, they shot two versions, an English version and a Spanish version.
Right.
Using the same sets, the same costumes and all that, just different crew and different actors. So there is actually two versions of this movie out there, and I watched a couple of things like compare the differences, because obviously it's different, slightly different performances and stuff like that.
Oh, you've got so much time on your hands.
Hey, what do you mean? Well, like I said, this is based off the classic novella. I always get his name wrong. It's Bram Stoker or Bram Stoker. I always get his name wrong, but it's based off his classic novel from 1800s, whatever. And this was like the first sort of Dracula on the big screen kind of thing. I don't know. It was pretty funky. I don't really know how to explain it. There's just some iconic little...
Where is Dracula from? Don't tell me. Dracula.
Where do you think I'm from?
Give me the first letter.
Ooh, it begins with a...
Helsinki.
It begins with a T.
Transylvania.
Transylvania. He
Sorry.
runs that hotel there.
The Hotel Transylvania.
Yes, with Adam Sandler.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
So Dracula was a very fun, spooky time, and I would definitely suggest to watch it this spooky season.
I wouldn't be surprised if you've already clocked out, guys, with that fucking accent.
This is my Dracula voice. What are you talking about?
Is Dracula the vampire? Yeah. I don't know. So
What
don't
do you mean you
moron
don't
me.
know about Dracula?
I just want to make sure that is the one I'm on about.
Actually, this is something I want to quickly talk about. very quickly, watching this movie, it's made me realize realize that vampires have always been sexy.
Okay.
In
I don't
like-
think Edward Cullen is sexy.
No, but
personally.
what I'm saying is, because obviously I don't think it's sexy, but there's a lot of like sexual tension and allegories
'Cause they're always
stuff
like this.
for sexuality. Yeah, so seeing like the Twilight and stuff and like how the vampires in modern day are these sexy shirtless teens, it just makes me realize that like it's always been linked back. Because even in this 1931 film, Dracula, possesses a woman in a sense and does some weird shit, and like it's always had a bit of like.
Well, it's because if
Not
if
sex
someone's
appeal,
going to
but,
suck
like,
your
that
blood, it's
about
like
it.
when someone kisses your neck, and it's like
Yes,
that's
I want to kiss your neck.
okay. Should we move on?
I want to suck your cock. I want your blood.
No, I'm out.
So yeah,
No.
it's just made me realize that it's always had a little bit of like sexual tension
Fair.
over the idea of vampires, and apparently the Spanish version is way sexier.
Some people love. I'm not into that shit. But.
Well, 50 Shades of Grey was a Twilight fan fiction. That's where that started from,
Oh.
and then it became 50 Shades of Grey, which then became the movie, and then that led on to 1,000 of these sex bugs. So yeah,
Okay.
Dracula, check it out. I'll come back to you. I think next week I might be watching Phantom of the Opera,
Okay.
but that's a silent film.
I can't be arsed.
So I don't know if I'll talk about it, but I'm slowly going to go through the classic Universal monsters. Like, not all of them, because there's so many.
Okay.
Just because, it goes like Frankenstein, then like the Wolfman, and then it's like Frankenstein meets the Wolfman. I'm not getting into any of those.
It's like a Marvel universe.
It kind of is. It's like the first Marvel universe, because they do cross over and stuff. I'm not getting into that. I'm just watching like the standalones.
Okay. Well, you enjoy.
I'm very much looking forward to it. Should
But-
we skip over Black Fury?
I have a flat fury.
Oh, make it quick then.
So,
'Cause we're
guys,
still going to go over some superpowers.
the other day I was in the. It's kind of an open area. You can't see that side.
It's an open plan kitchen. We get it.
Yes. So I'm outside here. Sonny, shouting him. Sonny, louder. Sonny! I open his door. Why can't you hear me? The fan's on. Guys, if I was to get kidnapped...
You make me sound like a fucking... Like, I've got my eyes crossed out. The fan's on. I don't know. I'm just watching
Anyway.
this butterfly fly around.
If I got kidnapped, Sonny wouldn't hear me. Oh, where's Ruby gone?
I'm just looking at the butterfly in the air. Oh,
Anyway,
wow, it's
that's
going.
my flat fury.
At
You
least
need
I'm
to...
nice and cool because I'm my fan.
You need... You need to pay more attention when I shout your name.
Yes, of course.
Yes, master.
I will, like a dog sat alone at home, I will be sat at the door.
Do a Noah and just wait for me.
waiting to make sure you are home safe.
Do you know what I actually wrote?
And then I'll bog my head off as soon as you come in.
I was shouting Sonny the other day and he just wasn't listening. Realised he couldn't hear. So it's an issue in the flat in case I get kidnapped or adult napped.
Yeah, it's my fault that the flat is so goddamn soundproof.
Let's move on to the weekly
Weekly
wonder.
Wonder.
Weekly wonder. Do the dance of the week. Do the dance of the week.
Dun,
No,
dun,
do this. Do this.
dun, 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 dun,
It's more round with your... Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I just
This-
channeled my inner Channing Tatums.
Okay. This week, the weekly wonder was... If you had a super... No, what was it?
If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Okay. I got some great
What
responses.
would it be?
I'm going to just...
Fire them off. I'm going to talk about the powers, but
Yeah, you can.
you shoot them.
Okay.
Shoot from the hip.
A lot of people, what's that word? Teleporting. A lot of people want to teleport.
Teleporting's a good one. Here's my question. How does the teleportation work? Do you
Who cares? It's down
do
to
you-
them.
do you know you have to know the location?
Yeah.
'Cause I
Of
was
course
saying,
you do. You get stuck
no,
in a time
but I
travel
was
world.
saying I say, oh, I want to go to Hawaii. What if I end up in the sea in Hawaii?
No,
you know?
have
What
to be
if
specific. I want to
say-
be at the Waldorf Astoria in New York.
That's what I mean. How specific do you get? But what if I'm like,
Yeah, very.
what if you end up trapped in the middle of a wall? Because you
No,
teleported
you're
into
not.
the wall.
You're not going to do that. It's all fun and games. It's not
No, I'm here to
theoretical.
ruin them all. That's the plan. I'm grounding every power in reality and ruining it.
Everyone's put, I'm never flying anywhere again because they got delayed. Emma and her boyfriend got delayed for 15 hours, so she put teleportation.
Teleportation.
Shapeshifter, but I would change different bits of myself, like my hair or my eyes. You know what I think to that? Love yourself, don't change.
I think that's a great idea, but a boring use, if that makes sense. Like the power of shapeshifting, it's very open-ended to what that could be. Again, if
Yeah.
you want me to ground it in reality, can you build extra mass? Could I double my size? Where's
Yeah.
that mass going?
I think you can do what you want. It's
Can
a
I go
fucking
smaller?
fake superpower.
Because I'm losing mass.
Yes.
But where's that
Yes.
mass going?
I don't know.
Anyway, again, I'm just ruining it. But I think just doing it to change your eyes and your appearance is a good idea.
Mm.
Take it to the next level, though.
Someone put
Really abuse that power.
the ability to understand an angry woman.
No, impossible.
It's not.
Impossible.
It's not hard.
You'll never know. You'll never know.
It's about communication.
We know that doesn't work.
Oh, whatever.
With you, I mean.
Click my finger. Oh, that's the same thing. Click my fingers and my makeup be done for me.
What a waste.
For you.
No, but like, you could have any superpower and you want to save yourself 30 minutes.
This is a really good one. The ability to know
I
if
think that's so dumb.
the ability to know if someone would get poorly. Now, I spoke about this. I think you spoke about this.
This is a really interesting one.
Example, this girl's just been born. Or boy, whatever.
Yeah.
You know they're going to get leukemia in 20 years.
So if you look at a baby, you're like, okay, I know you're going to die of cancer in your 80s.
But I think let's make it optional so you can choose to.
But
It's
you
not like
can't.
every
You
person's
can't.
illness is just going to come at you.
You can't make it optional.
You can because you can do what you want with your superpower.
No, you have your power is you know when someone's going to be ill. You know when someone's going to get an illness. So I look at you and I'm like, oh, shit.
Don't say one because you will jinx me and I'll be mad.
Wow. I nearly gave Ruby leukemia then.
It's not cool.
But I do think also I was
Because then
saying
you can treat them sooner. If they're at stage 4 before...
you can't fucking treat them, just so you know.
you can be like, listen, go to the doctor.
Okay.
You're at stage 1.
Now, all you're doing for the rest of your life is giving bad news.
Or you're
That's
saving
it.
lives.
No. All you're doing is telling people
Well,
you've
yeah,
got a deadly illness.
But they could use
That's
you
the
in a
rest of your
hospital. You
life.
can be paid.
Well, you go to a hospital. I think the only benefit for that would be to go to a hospital and be like, yeah, not this one. He can go home. That would be like the only benefit. Is like, yeah, he's not actually ill. He can go home.
Oh, yeah, you'd find out fakers.
Whereas, like, you really should get bumped up to the top of the queue.
Yeah.
So it could work in that sense, but I just think that'd
it's
be
a
so.
caring wish, but
I'd be so depressing just giving bad news like that
It
all the time.
would.
Because that's not bad news. Like, I don't know, you've lost the football, you lost the big game. This is bad news that's
I know.
life-threatening.
This is an amazing one, and I kind of want this. Smell-o-vision and taste-o-vision.
And we ain't talking scratch and sniff.
I don't know what that is.
Smell-o-vision, scratch and sniff. That's what it used to be. Spy Kids 4 was smell-o-vision. So what you get a scratch and sniff. And during the moment, you'd scratch and sniff, and you'd be like, oh, that's a fart right there. Gross.
That's
It's
really
mostly
cool.
farts.
No, but this would be
Do
like...
you not know scratch and sniff?
No.
That was like a thing. Still is in a sense.
Say I'm watching The Menu. Oh, my God, such a great film. He makes this cheeseburger. Oh, I just want to eat the cheeseburger. Nom, nom, nom. Free.
Nom,
She
nom,
told me
nom.
it's got to be free as well. Everything's free.
So
But
wait.
I said, if vomit comes on that screen, I'm not smelling it.
No, but the thing is, yeah, you don't get to eat that burger.
You do.
No, you get a weird little taste. Which
No.
I think that might be like teasing too much.
You get to
Do you know
eat
when
it
you
instantly.
smell really nice food? It's just that. It's like, I'm smelling this really good, but I'm not actually
Yeah.
getting the full... Because sometimes
I think this
when you smell it, you can taste it.
I think this person's superpower wants to taste, like actually eat the meal.
I don't think you do.
You're just
think
making,
you
you're
get
just
to eat.
ruining people's dreams.
Because I'm God. That's the power I've chosen, is to be God.
Animal communication. Great
yeah,
one.
great one, until you realise you can't really have conversations with any of them.
Yeah, I guess, but like, for example, say when we look after Noah and he's just looking at me barking, do you need a wee? Do you need to go? I don't know.
I don't know if he knows.
Well, maybe that would be clear.
But I think it's a great idea and a great power, and I would love it. But I do think you would slowly realise that, and maybe I'm wrong because I don't know, but we're more complex than like a squirrel. So like, could I really have that of an in-depth conversation with
it's
a squirrel?
not that. It's just to know that I am poorly. I've eaten a sock and I'm poorly, or
Can we
I've-
not figure that out without
maybe-
chatting to them? Plus, does the dog know? Yeah, I ate this sock, and it's got in my stomach, mate. And I just think we should really get
I
to the
think
vet.
an animal would know.
The dog. What would the dog say? The dog would be like, "I ate fluffy thing and I want poop." Like that's what
Yeah,
it'd just be like. But I just want poop and I have fluffy. Actually, speaking of
We
which,
have 1 minute.
I watched Strays,
What?
the movie.
Where?
It was a fun time. It's you can get it on digital now.
I'll be going to the cinema, but I can't wait. Right, let's quickly.
But it just reminded
We're
me
not
of
going to
the
wrap this
dog.
up quickly, are we?
Go
I know
on.
we're not.
We're wrapping up.
I've got to go now in
Should
1
I
minute.
just do like 10 minutes by myself?
No.
I don't know if I
Mine.
could.
Okay, another one. Be able to speak or understand any language. Very good power.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I think
You would
speaking any
literally-
language is great.
Yeah.
Can I rattle a few off?
Can I just say my two?
Oh, you've got two. Yeah.
I
Go
want to
for
know
it.
what people are thinking. I want to know.
Oh, no.
I do.
No, Ruby, you
I
are
do.
setting yourself up for the worst experience of your life.
No, I want to know.
No. You're already one of those people who kind of like...
Insecure.
Yeah, you're very insecure. You can now read what we'd be thinking.
Yeah.
No, you would not. I also said you'd act like a fucking weirdo because you'd be constantly shifting to like match what they're thinking. No, like if I'm talking to you and I'm like, okay, she's not that interested in this. I need to either jazz it up or change subject. But then I'm like, okay, she's liking this conversation, by the way. You know too much and you'd start acting weird responding to that. Do you know what I mean?
But it would cut the bullshit. You'd know if your friends
don't know
like
if
you
it
or
would.
not. I do.
I don't want to know what people are thinking about me.
I do.
And yeah,
I
think
would
it'd
know what
be-
people are thinking about you.
I wouldn't want that. I think, yeah, that's torture. I do think that's genuinely torture.
No. And my other one.
You're insecure now. You'll be so much more insecure if you knew what people were actually thinking.
Oh, well. My other one. To be able to eat whatever I want, not put weight on, not clog my arteries, not make me ill. Just do what I want.
Every fat boy's dream.
And girl.
Well, I've got a couple. Have we had telekinesis yet?
Yeah, that's mine.
Yours is not telekinesis, was it?
What's your? Oh, is that move things with your eyes?
That's like moving things with your mind.
No, mine reading.
Yeah. Well, I guess actually no. Mind reading and telekinesis does overlap. I think telekinesis is the best power. Not reading minds, being able to move stuff with your mind and control stuff with your mind. Because you can also fly. Me sat on this comfy chair right now, I could lift this chair up with my mind, roam with it, and I'm sat chilling on it, you know?
But
I could fly using this chair.
You could fall off.
No, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't. I just simply wouldn't.
Yeah, mister, I'm going to
Just-
crush everyone
I
else's
just
dreams.
simply wouldn't fall off.
Right, okay.
But like telekinesis, yeah, you can move stuff around. Like, I could rearrange all this furniture. Like, you wouldn't need to go
Yeah,
to the
could
gym
I do
because
this,
you could
like-
just lift stuff.
Yeah, but you're not gaining. It's easy for you. It's not like it's hard.
That's what I mean. You wouldn't need to go to the gym because you can just lift everything. Like, I wouldn't need to be
yeah.
stronger to lift a heavy thing because I can just do it.
Fair.
And even if I want to fake it where I'm like picking it up but secretly lifting it with my mind, but it looks like it's really
I
easy
get
even though
it.
I'm weak. So I think telekinesis is a good one, but not reading minds because
Fair.
that would kill me. To make a sound happen at any place in the world at any time,
What,
which
like a scream?
I think could be very chaotic. Like you could really.
Is this yours?
This is from a listener. The telekinesis was also from a listener.
Make a sound happen.
Anywhere in the world.
Well, like I
at
could just
any
make Harry
time.
Styles start singing at Wembley
I don't know if you could make Harry Styles sing, but you could maybe play Harry Styles music.
from Wembley Arena.
Yeah, probably. I guess that's any place in the world.
I don't know what you're gaining from this skill, though.
I think you could do some chaos though. You could really like fuck shit up. There's like big crazy sounds happening in random places. Anyway,
Okay.
making people uncontrollably poo themselves, great in any negative social interaction.
Your listeners are a bit weird.
Our listeners.
They're your thing.
Our listeners. This is a good one. Be able to breathe underwater. Simple,
Ooh, yeah,
classic.
very
However, grounding it in reality, water pressure. How deep can we go? Like you need to do it before the pressure gets to you. You couldn't just go down there and just I can breathe. It's all good. There's pressure.
Yeah, I know.
Pushing
giving mermaid,
down
though.
on me, pushing down on
We didn't talk about the shitting one. I don't like that.
Oh yeah, we didn't. Well, you kind of was just like, ugh, gross.
What, someone could make me shit
so
myself.
I could go like, and then you're just shitting. You're just shitting uncontrollably,
That's not
diarrhea.
nice.
Not
Stupid.
Yeah, but this is
Stupid.
like your enemies.
Who was it?
None of your beeswax. Don't dox our listeners.
Sorry, listener. Thank you for inputting our pod.
I've also had teleport. I've won. This person was a bit cheeky, and they've given 3 responses.
Oh,
Read people's mind, like you.
classic.
Invisibility, which we've not spoke about.
Oh no, someone put that. They just want to be nosy. They said.
That's what I mean. Anyone who wants to be invisible is nosy as fuck and either wants to do some perverted stuff or like just know things and sneak around.
Or spook people.
Yeah, well, if I was invisible, I would spook people, obviously, we all know that. And I'd just steal things. I'd purely use it for
But
personal
then
gain.
say
I wouldn't
you're-
want
what are
to
you
creep on
stealing?
anyone.
Because you can't hide it.
Yeah,
Got a
but
floating telly.
So if there's a floating telly, I don't think they're going to be like, steal that invisible man, stop him, stop that invisible man. They're going to be like, that's a
Shouting.
floating telly, what the fuck? So
And you'd
I
have
would,
to do this as you're walking to
yeah,
make
and I was
sure.
go, ooh, I'm Dracula. This
Whatever.
is Dracula. It's that BBC show, Dracula with an iPad, but he's got a TV.
I don't even know what that is.
This is a BBC show.
I don't want. I've not got
BBC
time.
Well, they give Dracula an iPad. That's
Okay,
all you
cool.
need to know.
Cool.
Oh, and the last one from this person was go back in time or be able to pause time.
Tell you who needs to fucking pause time. Ellie Rose. She's late to the gym every time. Pause my time. You do what you need to do, And then meet me there at the right time.
I think pausing time is good, but again,
Do you still age?
yeah, you definitely have to still age during that. So how in 30 years am I going to be like 3 years older than I actually am because I've paused
Maybe.
so many times in between that? But I don't think pausing time would be good just because, yeah, you have a bit of extra time to catch up on stuff. And sometimes we're not
You
ready for
fucking
things.
need that.
And you can just pause time and you can just get yourself ready and take your time with things. Or like, I could be fed up of talking to you. I could pause time and just like go chill for an hour and then come back and finish this
So
conversation.
this is for the people who get socially drained easily, like Sonny.
Yeah. Okay, this is a really good one, but it's just photographic memory. It's just to remember everything I read for the first time without having to reread it, and it just memorizes it.
You'd be really smart.
So I think, yeah, like that would be great. Just be able to read something once and like understand it and like
That's a
remember
very good
it.
power.
Yeah, we've had another teleportation. We've had that's a popular one.
I've had
I've had like 3 or 4 people say that.
And me.
Time travel has to be is the final one I've got. Time travel has to be.
Has to be what?
It has to be time travel. I guess they say time travel has to be.
Got it.
So time travel, it opens up too many questions for me of like, how do we affect the future and can we go forwards in time, backwards in time? It's too messy, time travel. But it would be fun. But also,
The present life wouldn't be the same if I go back and
That's
be like,
what I
hey
mean.
guys, this is an iPhone.
so it opens up so many questions. But the question, I guess, is someone said to me briefly, because we're talking about superpowers, time travel, but you can only go back in time 3 times in your lifetime. So while you're alive, so it's pretty much you can go back and like redo 3 things in a sense. You have 3 opportunities to go back and change something.
Okay.
And I was like, that's interesting. That's a good idea. And I was like, I don't think I've got anything I'd go back for yet though, which is good.
Let's just let the listeners do whatever you want. If you want to time travel back to when
Except
Jesus was there.
perv on people when you're invisible. Don't do that.
No.
Unless you want to. Unless you're Dracula. Because he can
What's
perv
yours?
on everybody. Telekinesis. We kind of got into it at the start.
Moving thing.
To move stuff with my mind, I think would be quite handy just for...
Telepathy. That's mine.
Telepathy.
Telepathy.
I think you're right.
Telepathy. 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 Telepathy.
Teleport. Well, that was great. Should I wrap it up then? You got anything to end on? What you got coming up?
Going to a bottomless brunch. Can't wait.
Hell yeah. That's great. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for listening so much. I'm not even got anything. Thank you for listening so much. You're great. People want to hear this.
Yeah.
Check us out on YouTube at Payne and
Simple.
Simple. Do you want to just leave now?
No.
And I'll just do this while you're gone.
Check
us out on Payne and Simple Podcast on YouTube. Instagram, we're at Payne and Simple Podcast. I'm at Sonny_Payne. She's at Ruby May Payne. Leave us a review, 5-star or whatever. We might read it out if it's nice. We're on Spotify, we're on Apple, we're on all that. Email us at payneandsimplepodcast@gmail.com. Ruby, any advice? I'm a dick. Oh, fuck, it didn't work at the end. The one time it should have worked.
Any advice? Get yourself to a fucking Korean store and get yourself some good iced coffee.
Hell yeah.
Any for you?
Get yourself to the American/Korean movie Past Lives and go watch it in cinemas now. It's a really good movie. It's about a couple. It's about childhood sweethearts who reconnect 20 years later after not seeing each other. And it's very sweet and nice, and it's good in the cinemas now. Check it out, Korean American, blah blah blah.
Love you all so much. Thanks for listening. Much love. Bye.